What is up, car addicts? In this video, we'll be customizing the brand new 2019 Corvette ZR1 that was just brought into Forza Horizon 4. Absolutely love it. I don't think any other game has it right now as of yet, unless it's a mod or something, but I'm pretty sure Forza is the only game that legitimately has it right now. So that's super impressive. Absolutely love the ZR1. It's the top of the line C7 Corvette right above the Z06. So it has 755 horsepower versus the Z06 is 650, so it's about 100 more. A lot more aero, a lot more downforce. It looks to me kind of like the Viper ACR, but on a Corvette. I think it's really cool. And obviously 100 more horsepower, so very, very impressive. So in this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at the customization that it offers in the game, like the internal customization, all that stuff. We're going to be taking it for a stock top speed run. Then we're going to max it out, look at the manufacturer colors, and take it for a maxed out top speed run with twin turbos and all that. We're going to make it absolutely crazy. So let's first take a look at some of the details here. We've done an amazing job so far. The supercharger cover, the even the floor mats. This is the whole Sebring orange package. So you have the orange seat belts, the orange stitching on the seats, the bronze trim instead of the silver on the back of the seats too. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, they got most of the details right. The ZR1 logo on the back there. Just very, very well done all around. You can see here the trunk lid. If you remember Doug DeMiro's video, it was really close to the wing. You can see that kind of similar thing right here. When you open the trunk and close it, it's really cool. Now, nothing's perfect, and they did make a few mistakes. Starting with the license plate here. They kind of squared it off and left the body color behind it instead of making it black. I think that's really lazy. I don't know why they did that. That absolutely looks terrible, especially when you have a bright color like this. The next thing, I'm going to use the camera. They put the Z06 wheels on the ZR1. I don't know what they were doing. From what I think they did is they used the Z06 to make the ZR1 mold, but they forgot to put the ZR1 wheels on it. You can even see the Z06 logo there on the wheels, like the real car. So, I mean, these are literally the Z06 wheels from 2015. Another thing is the brake calipers. They're supposed to be orange, part of a Sebring package, not yellow. And you can't change them. You're stuck with it. I don't know what happened there. So, you're stuck with the orange stitching and the orange trim in the interior that you cannot change. And you're stuck with yellow calipers that you cannot change. So, you will always have a yellow and orange combo, which looks terrible, that you cannot change. It's really annoying. But, the interior looks great. The interior is not perfect also, but it's only one little thing. You won't really notice it unless you look up. And when you look up, you're going to see here carbon fiber roof. It's supposed to be Alcantara with a diamond orange stitching, not full carbon, so that you don't have any insulation on your roof now. That's not supposed to be like that. Go ahead and start it up. You can see it's similar to what the Z06 is, just a louder supercharger whine, which is what the real car is. The exhaust is a tiny bit better, and the supercharger whine is a little louder. Literally what the ZR1 is. And if you guys are really big fans of a ZR1, you know a lot of the details. You'll see under the steering wheel, between where you honk the horn and the carbon fiber bit at the bottom, the little bronze piece that kind of goes in between has the ZR1 logo there, just like the real car. So very cool. You just can't see with a glare when you're in the car. It's very strange. All in all, very good. I mean, it's the only ZR1 in the game, so I really can't complain. But the thing with the wheels, I mean, come on. The little things like the roof and all that and the plate, I can excuse it. I don't care. But the wheels that say Z06 on them, come on, man. I really don't know how they messed that up. That really boggles my mind. Obviously, it was something they forgot. Very, very disappointing in my opinion. If we could change the brake calipers, I wouldn't care too much. But you're stuck with yellow calipers and orange stitching interior that you cannot get rid of. It's permanent. Anyways, we're going to do a baseline stock top speed run. Alright, here we go. not bad. 208 miles an hour in a stock Corvette. That's really crazy. Obviously, you can see that 8th gear really holds it back. That gear is made more towards for fuel economy and all that. It's not really made for performance-wise. So you're supposed to kind of hold it in 7th gear, but the game doesn't do that for some reason. So you'd have to manually shift it in order to get that top speed you really want. When we fully max it out, I'm gonna test it in manual mode. So that'll probably be a lot better. So the other little mistake here, and I know it might trigger some of you, it might not trigger others. You can see the gauges there, and if you look right under the fuel gauge, you'll see it says Z06. So they kept the same gauge cluster. Obviously in the ZR1 it says ZR1. Just the little things, you know. That's just. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and continue to the customization. Enough complaining. I know nothing can be perfect, but I mean, this isn't a mobile game. This is a multi-million-dollar franchise. But anyways, first up here, taking a look at the manufacturer colors. Obviously, you have the Sebring Orange, which is what the car is painted in now, what it was unveiled in. And the color is actually a little darker than the real color, but enough complaining. I know, I'll stop. We got the red, we got the dark red, we got the I love that dark red is nice. Got the yellow, so you can kind of match the yellow calipers, but then you'd still have that orange stitching in the interior. Hashtag triggered. Anyways, next up we got the blue. Looks pretty decent. And the black, I think the black looks killer, especially with the yellow calipers. But again, the orange stitching in the interior throws it off. And then you got all like the silver and whites and all that. But yeah, pretty cool, not bad. In my opinion, the only color that matches with this is probably the orange. Nothing else really goes with the interior. Can't really match orange with too much. But yeah, you go stick with the orange for this one. And I'm gonna paint the mirrors black, like the carbon flash metallic mirror option. Love that. I love the way the black mirrors look on the C7s. I think it really gives it a nice contrast. Moving on to the custom upgrades, you can see for the body kit presets, there's none. So that means there's no wide body kits or race car kits or anything like that. Right, moving along to the custom upgrades. So the first thing we're going to take a look at here is the conversions. So in here you have like engine swaps. You can change the supercharger for twin turbos, drivetrain swaps, so rear-wheel drive to all-wheel drive, all kinds of fun stuff. So we're going to see here what exactly the car offers. Okay, so we do have engine swaps available. We have a V12, racing V12, and a 7.2 liter V8. As you know, the car comes stock with a 6.2 supercharged V8. Obviously, stock is rear-wheel drive. You can make it all-wheel drive if you want. As you may know from all my videos, I always keep it the same drivetrain it came with stock, so we're going to keep it rear-wheel drive no matter what. You could do a twin turbo upgrade, so you can take off a supercharger, put in twin turbos. It's up to you. Obviously, twin turbos will be the most powerful option here. So what we're going to be doing this time around is the first thing I'm going to do is try to max it out with the stock motor to get the most power I can out of it. So we're going to max out the motor that's in it right now. We're going to put twin turbos on it, try to get as much power out of it as we can. And then what we're going to do is go for the 7.2 liter V8, which will give us the most power, and try to build that one up and see the horsepower difference at the end. So first up here we have the appearance options. So you have this front splitter, under the front splitter that's already there with a tow hook and really high placed canards. That looks absolutely terrible, we're not doing that. Next option here is the generic Forza rear spoiler option. Absolutely terrible. Don't even know why that's an option. It looks like absolute garbage. Then the last option here you have is to remove the high wing and just have the little tiny ducktail that the ZR1 comes with. Obviously, no ZR1 has no spoiler. You either have the really low ZTK, non-ZTK spoiler, or the really high one. So moving on here, we're upgrading the engine. Get as much power out of it as we can. See the horsepower increase in there. 11 out of that one. You got 72 out of the other one. Pretty big numbers here. You can see here we're going to upgrade the turbos, make them even larger. That's 50 horsepower. So this one's 82 horsepower more. Definitely. Race intercooler, yep. Flywheel saved there about 6 pounds. Okay. Platform and handling. So springs, you can have race springs, which drops you down about an inch, almost an inch. Rally, and obviously the drift, which is about a little more than an inch, but it cambers wheels, looks like crap, so we're gonna do race. Definitely looks awesome. Front and rear race anti-roll bars. Here you can see what the roll cage looks like, but we're not gonna put that. It adds weight, trying to keep the weight as low as possible. Weight reduction, 581 pounds, definitely. It's a big gap. It's a big difference there. It's gonna help us out a lot. Clutch, definitely. Race transmission, shift time, yes. Two-way race diff. Okay. Tire compound. Okay, so it does come stock with the race tires already. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna keep it without the letters. I'm not a fan of the little letters. Front tires are 285s. You can upgrade all the way up to 325s if you want. But I'm gonna keep them stock in the front. Rears are 335s. You can upgrade all the way up to 355s. I'm definitely gonna do that when I put down the power as best we can. You can only change the front wheel size to a 20 to match the rear, which is a 20. Obviously, stock is 19s. You have the tire width, the track width, so you can bring the tires out further if you don't like the way it's placed. That will also help out a little bit with the handling as well. I'm looking at the width here. I think I'm gonna do. I think 1 click is perfect. I think 2 is just too much. Okay. The rear. I've always found the rear of these cars to be a little bit too far in, so I'm glad they let us do this. You can't do this with a Z06. I remember that for a fact. I think that looks pretty good. I think I'll do the second from the last. I think that's perfect. Yeah. Okay. Alright, that looks a lot better. It looks a lot more aggressive now. I like the way it sits. Okay. Next up, the wheels. So first here I'm going to show that the stock wheels are not as light as possible. That will be these. These save about 15 pounds. These are one of the ones that are the most lightweight. And they're also somewhat similar to the ZR1 wheels. I mean, they're 5-star like the ZR1's wheels. Yeah. So I did go through a bunch of the wheels because I wanted to find wheels that look just like the ZR1 wheels if you're trying to make the car look like what it's supposed to look like. And the closest ones I could find were these right here. You paint them black from a distance, because they're not identical. They'll look a lot like the ZR1 wheels. So it's definitely a good option if you want to try to replicate that. Obviously, none of them in here are identical, but some of them in here are really close. Now, if you guys want to see what the rest of the wheel options look like in this game for this car at this angle, I'll put that at the end of the video. You guys can look at them one by one and see which one you prefer. Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay, so we're down about 600 pounds. We're up, damn, 1100 horsepower. That's insane. What? But look at that. Quadruple 1, pretty funny. 0.1 Mulatto G more. Wow, very impressive. $56,000 there. Alright, let's see how this beast does. Alright, 238, not bad. Let's see what we can do with the engine swap. 7.2 liter V8. Now you can see the horsepower is down because we haven't upgraded the engine yet. Do the twin turbos, that'll give us the most power there once we upgrade the twin turbos. I'm definitely going to do that. Lots of the engine upgrades here. Fast forward through all that. Okay, let's see the difference. Look at that. Oh my gosh. almost 200, about 240 horsepower more. That's just insane. We're even down about 100 pounds more for some reason. Interesting. Okay. Alright, let's see how it does. And I'm going to be in manual mode this time. I'm going to hold it in that 7th gear to see how fast we can go. Alright, not bad. I have to say I'm impressed. Almost 260 miles an hour in a Corvette. Not bad. Not bad at all. Wow. I'm sure he'd take off that rear wing. He'll definitely do the 260. But I mean, is it really a ZR1 without the big wang? Come on. I mean, yeah, I think this car will be fun to tinker with. I mean, I definitely think this is one of those cars you can make one of the fastest front-engine track cars in the game with. Alongside the ACR Viper, of course. I'd love to see these two competing maxed out on a track with turns. That must be absolutely crazy to watch. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. And as promised, here are the wheel options for the ZR1.
I remember the face.